All right, we have some league-wide news that will impact the San Francisco 49ers in about a week from now, and let's get right into it. The Chicago Bears have cut, released, fired, whatever you want to call it, mutually parted ways with Matt Eberflus, their head coach, especially. Uh, I would say not much of a surprise, especially seeing how they handled that clock management at the end of the game against the Lions and just disastrous situation. And honestly, it's pretty wild because they were 4-2 at one point heading into the Fail Mary, and they've lost every single game from there on out. And they've lost games in just terrible ways. Terrible game management, just terrible all the way around. So, how does this impact the San Francisco 49ers? Well, that's because week 14, after the Bills, Chicago Bears will travel to Santa Clara to face the 49ers. And they will now have their offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown, serve as interim head coach. And I actually think this helps the Bears. We see stuff like this happen all the time. I think when we saw kind of Pierce take over in the interim for the Raiders, remember they came out and they won a game. Um, it just energizes everyone. It's a fresh of breath air inside that organization and locker room. And, I don't know if this actually is a good thing for the 49ers. It would have been great if they wouldn't have botched that last, couple minutes of that game and maybe were able to come out with a tie at least or a more convincing loss, but because of just the utter collapse, Eberflus is out. And so now the 49ers don't get to face him. And it's pretty crazy because he actually had to meet with the media today, and he said he's on to the San Francisco 49ers and he's got to focus on them. And then about 2 hours later, he got fired. So rough business, tough business. Day after Thanksgiving, nobody cares. I guess you just got to win football games, and that's ultimately what matters. And he wasn't able to do that. So, again, how does this impact the 49ers? I think it impacts them, again, in a negative way. I think this helps the Bears. I think it's a like a cloud, I think, has been lifted. So I would actually expect we're going to get the most energized version of the Bears against the 49ers, which probably isn't ideal considering the 49ers need to win every single game here on out to be able to have a chance to make the playoffs, even though most of the fan base is of the belief that the 49ers will not make the playoffs. So, whoo, boy, get ready, baby. We got a crazy one, primetime game against the Bills. Entire world's going to be watching that one. And then the Bears at home. The Bears. Hey, man. Man, if the 49ers lose to the Bears, that's going to be tough. That's going to be brutal. I don't know, man. It's been a weird year. It's been a weird season. I'm not putting anything past the 49ers at this point, either winning or losing that game. They're decimated with injuries right now. We'll see who can and who can't go here in a little bit, but crazy times. And Chicago is without their head coach. Hopefully, the 49ers win this game, but could be a setup for another unfortunate one. But you guys let me know what you guys think is going to happen in this one in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.